The house stood alone, dark, silent. It loomed over the street like a sentinel of forgotten times. It was at the end of Maple Street. People never went there. They avoided it as if it were cursed. They said it was haunted. Kids told stories about the house, tales of ghosts and spirits that roamed its halls, whispers of strange noises at night, shadows moving in the windows. The air around it was always cold. Some said it was a portal, a gateway to another world, a place where the veil between realities was thin. The house was old, Victorian style. Its architecture was a relic of a bygone era. Its paint was peeling. The windows were boarded up. It looked like it had been abandoned for decades. The yard was overgrown. It looked like nobody had lived there for 100 years. Nature had reclaimed it, but someone or something was inside, waiting, watching. The house held its secrets close. Sarah was a journalist. She loved a good mystery. She had heard the stories about the house on Maple Street. She didn't believe them. She thought there had to be a logical explanation.
I decided to investigate.
She went to the house at night. The street was deserted. The only sound was the wind rustling through the trees. Sarah took a deep breath and approached the house. She knocked on the front door. No answer. She tried the doorknob. It turned. The door creaked open. Sarah stepped inside. The air inside was cold, musty. It felt like stepping into a forgotten world, untouched by time, like a tomb. The only light came from the moon shining through the cracks in the boarded-up windows. Shadows danced eerily on the walls. Sarah took out her flashlight and turned it on, the beam cutting through the thick darkness. The beam of light danced across the dusty furniture, revealing cobwebs and forgotten relics. She could hear the sound of her own breathing, echoing in the stillness. And something else, a faint scratching sound, coming from upstairs. It sent chills down her spine.
I took a step back, then another. My heart raced. I wanted to run, but something kept me there, a mix of fear and curiosity. I had to know what was making that sound. It was irresistible.
Slowly she started up the stairs, each step a test of her resolve. Each step creaked under her weight. Her heart pounded in her chest, louder with every move. The scratching sound was louder now, echoing through the silent house. It seemed to be coming from the attic, a place long forgotten and rarely visited. Sarah reached the top of the stairs, her heart pounding in her chest. There was a door at the end of the hallway. It was slightly ajar, as if inviting her in.
I took a deep breath and pushed the door open, the creak echoing in the stillness.
The attic was dark and dusty, filled with forgotten memories. Cobwebs hung from the rafters, swaying gently in the draught. There was a musty smell, like old clothes and forgotten times. In the center of the room was a mirror, standing tall and imposing. It was covered in dust, obscuring its reflective surface. Sarah walked over to the mirror and wiped it clean with her sleeve. She gasped, her breath catching in her throat.
Staring back at her was not her reflection. It was a twisted version of herself. Her eyes were red, her teeth were sharp like a predator's, and her smile was pure evil, a chilling sight that sent shivers down her spine.
To be continued.